Roombas everywhere. Look at all of these fancy robotic discs and this one, which is disc-ish. Believe it or not, they can all help you get your floors clean automatically without you needing to lift a finger. Yes, it sounds magical, but it's true. And if you want a robot vacuum, Roomba is a popular brand to choose. But the company offers a lot of options. How do you pick? Well, we're here to help. Hi, I'm Andrew from Apt, and these are a motley crew of robot vacuums. All of them are technically Roombas. Now, Roomba is a popular enough brand that the word Roomba is almost synonymous with robot vacuums, like Kleenex to tissue, but no, really. These are actually Roomba flavored Roombas, as in they're robot vacuums from the brand iRobot and officially branded as Roombas. Now, you might be thinking, isn't iRobot a 2008 film starring Will Smith based on a novel by Isaac Asimov? Yes, it is. Good point. You might also be thinking, that's a lot of Roombas. Another good point. And at a glance, they look similar, other than, kind of this one. But there are big differences across the line. That's why I'm here, to help you pick. If you're interested in other brands, awesome. We'll have more vids coming shortly on popular models outside of the iRobot purview, so stay tuned. For now, let's dive into Roomba. First, let's meet this motley crew in increasing order of price. This is the $275 Roomba 694, the $550 Roomba i3 Plus Evo, the $800 Roomba J7 Plus. For $1,000, we have the S9 Plus, and finally, the $1,100 Roomba Combo J7 Plus. Let's start with what they have in common. All are battery-powered gadgets that navigate independently around your home, sucking up dirt as they go. All of these models are pretty well regarded and pretty good at that task. All of them also connect to Wi-Fi, and you can start and stop runs with an app. And that's pretty much the end of the similarities. The cheapest, the 694, is the only one that still uses what's called bump navigation. There's a reason it costs less. Bump navigation means it takes after Mr. Magoo when it comes to roaming. It moves along its merry way until whoops, that's a wall, and then it just turns cheerfully and scuttles along in a new direction until whoop, coffee table. Might as well go this way, dum-dee-dum, whoop, sofa, turning, dee-dee-dee-dee-doo, whoop, that's an entertainment center. It's still smart enough not to fall off the stairs. But because of the random navigation, it's going to take longer to clean a given area than the rest, but it costs less. If you don't care about runtime and just want a vacuum to help you out at its leisure, this is a great choice. If you want a model to be a little more efficient as it works, may I introduce you to any of these other choices? Let's work our way up a bit. As we go, know that everything I introduce on a cheaper model is also available on its more expensive cousins, short of a couple of very specific examples I'll mention as we go. Next up is the Roomba i3 Plus Evo. Now, I mentioned that this model is $550, which is quite a bit more than the 694. But there is also a Roomba i3 Evo with no Plus that's only $350. So what's the difference? Well, with the Plus, you get a base station, and the base station looks fancy, sure. Sounds cool to have a base station in your place. Yep, charges the robot vacuum, why not? It also empties the bin for you. Mind blown, game changed. Yeah, you eventually need to empty the base station, but only after an estimated 60 days of cleaning. Otherwise, you need to empty it after every run without a base station. So, is the base station worth the extra money? Without the self-cleaning, not a chance. With the self-emptying, you're getting the thing to save yourself from doing a chore, and the base station means you need to do less upkeep on the non-chore part of the chore. But what about the i3 itself? It is a sizable upgrade. It has smart navigation built in. You can relegate Mr. Magoo back to the small screen and get him out of your living room. The i3 navigates with VSLAM, which, let's get nerdy for a second, stands for Visual Simultaneous Location and Mapping. That's similar to the tech used in self-driving cars. The i3 is smart as well, and you can see the map it created in the app and label rooms, then send it to vacuum certain rooms. You can set schedules. You can sync up your robot with Amazon or Google's voice assistant and get cleaning with a firm but politely worded command. It is a huge, huge step up in smarts for not that much more money. So, the i3 that I just hit the button on is probably the sweet spot for a lot of folks. But, I mean, we have more vacuums to talk about, and I'm gonna talk about the J7 and the S9 together. Like the i3, both can be standalone, or there are models with a plus at the end that includes a base station, and the base station does the same self-emptying trick as before. And yeah, I know it's not new to you anymore, but it's still really cool, and it's helpful on any model. Okay, so the J7, it costs less, but actually came out after the S9. The S9 has similar navigation to the i3, VSLAM. Both the J7 and the S9 sport some new app tricks, such as specifying areas you want a more thorough clean and setting no-go zones where the vac knows not to tread, such as maybe you have a big pile of cords in a corner, or you don't want them seeing your room filled with that anti-robot propaganda that you have. It's a sketchy room, you know what I'm talking about. The S9 is the more expensive because it has the most powerful suction of the bunch, bar none. Even the J7 combo is still using the J7 as a base. If you want a robot vacuum that comes the closest to a deep clean, this is it. And that's the big advantage of the S9 over the J7. You'll also notice it's a different shape than the rest. That's to help it get into and clean corners better. So, similar navigation to the i3 with a few more bells and whistles and the best cleaning power of the bunch. If you want to pay up for the S9, that's what you're getting. And it's not a bad deal. But what about the J7? That one came out later, so what advantage does it bring? The rest of the Roomba line is pretty good at obstacle avoidance, but not great when it comes to recognizing small things right in front of it. This one changed the navigation formula and put the camera on the front so it can recognize and avoid obstacles that much better. One obstacle of particular concern for lots of Roomba owners, robot vacuum owners in general. Their pet has an accident. The Roomba cleans before the owner spots it, and, well, let's brush over the details before we let the image spread too far into our brains. And the J7 promises to fix that. Thus, the acronym is entirely intentional. And it means Roomba promises the J7 will avoid pet waste for a year, guaranteed. So it doesn't have quite the same cleaning power as the S9, but my goodness, if you have a pet prone to accidents, that one feature could make a chasm of a difference between coming home to a cleaner carpet than when you left and coming home to an impressionist painting of a mudslide. And finally, the J7 combo keeps all the same navigational and obstacle avoidance prowess of this other model. It doesn't up the suction power. Like I said, the S9 is still the chief here, and it makes a tune to let you know, but it adds a retractable mop. With the others, you can buy a separate robot mop and have it run right after the vacuum. This one combines the two into the same machine. It'll vacuum and mop your hardwood floors at the same time and then retract the mop and take care of the carpet. It's pretty cool. And with mopping included, that's one more chore that it takes off your plate. And if you want more details than that, come on down to Apt. We have them all, and we have a lot of experts who will be happy to talk through any of the pros and cons. You can also give us a call. Check us out online. You have options, we have vacuums. And Roomba has models with varying prices and abilities to match what you need. Check them out and check manual cleaning off of your to-do list. And also add to your to-do list, please like and subscribe for more on robot vacuums soon. And thank you for watching.